whenever you do Trump, he'll sit there and go, these people, they're great people, they're fantastic people, and I just want to say working with them was...
Did you know Alec Baldwin spent months perfecting his Trump impression? That's right, folks. Months.
China. And I've said this countless times, like, to me, Trump was someone who, he's always searching for a stronger, better word, and he never finds it.
It's like he was training for the hair flip Olympics or something. But get this, people still tell him he sucks at it. Ouch.
A fantastic experience.
Stick around as we dive into the juicy details of Baldwin's Trump formation and find out why he thinks he's got the orange man down pat. So what's the deal? Is Baldwin's Trump really that bad, or are people just grumpy because he nails it too well? Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because this story's wilder than Trump's hair in a hurricane. So picture this. It's 2016, and Baldwin's just chilling, probably sipping on some fancy coffee and feeling pretty good about life. Now back to the video. Ever wonder how Alec Baldwin ended up becoming the world's most famous orange man impersonator? Then bam, the phone rings. It's Lorne Michaels, the big cheese over at Saturday Night Live. Now, you'd think Baldwin would be all excited, right? Wrong-o. When Michaels asked him to play Trump on SNL, it's like imagining Ronald McDonald turning down a job at the Golden Arches. But here's where it gets interesting. Baldwin had never even tried to do a Trump impression before. Not once. Baldwin's first reaction was basically, yeah, no thanks. Can you believe it? The guy who'd go on to become the most iconic Trump impersonator almost said no. He saw something in Baldwin that Baldwin didn't even see in himself. So there's Baldwin, stuck between a rock and a hard place. He probably thought his Trump would be about as convincing as a spray tan in a rainstorm. But Lorne Michaels, that crafty old fox, he knew what he was doing. On one hand, he's thinking, do I really want to be Trump on TV? On the other hand, it's freaking SNL. It's like being asked to join the comedy Avengers. He said yes, and boy oh boy did it pay off. His Trump impression became a cultural phenomenon faster than you can say Kovfef.
It's usually somebody that you appreciate. You have some appreciation.
Right.
So they said to me, Trump, and I didn't hate Trump. I just said, I don't want to do that. And Tina and Lorne kind of pushed me, and I do it.
Well, folks, Baldwin took a leap of faith bigger than Trump's ego. Baldwin had to nail that voice, that posture, those facial expressions that look like someone's constantly holding a rotten egg under his nose. But let's be real for a second. Becoming Trump overnight? That's not exactly a walk in the park. It's more like a sprint through a minefield while wearing clown shoes. And he had to do it fast because SNL waits for no man, not even a fake Trump. The pressure was on. Let me tell you, that's fast. But somehow, some way, Baldwin pulled it off. He became Trump so well, some people probably started wondering if Trump was actually doing an impression of Baldwin. A world where Donnie Diapers never graced SNL with his presence. It'd be like pizza without cheese, folks. Baldwin had to create a viral impression faster than Trump creates controversies.
What was your whole gag? And you know as well as I do, because you're very funny, that you can kind of suggest the voice or suggest the way they look, but you got to try to think of who he is.
Now, imagine if Baldwin had stuck to his guns and said no. We'd be living in a world without Grumpy Trumpy on our TV screens every Saturday night. You think it's as easy as slapping on a bad wig and making weird hand gestures? Ha, Baldwin's prep was crazier than a fox in a henhouse. Sure, it might still be okay, but it wouldn't be nearly as satisfying. Alright folks, let's talk about Alec Baldwin's journey to become the Orange Man himself. That's right, Baldwin himself said, I was in the makeup room, they're putting my wig on, and it was like a scene from a mental hospital. We're talking eyebrow aerobics and voice training that'd make a mime jealous. Picture this. A grown man in a makeup room practicing facial expressions like he's auditioning for a mental hospital commercial.
They're putting my wig on, and I literally, it was like a scene from like a mental hospital. I'm getting the wig on me, and I'm sitting there the whole time going, China.
Can you imagine walking in on that? You'd think you stumbled into some bizarre Trump-themed circus. That's right, folks. While most of us struggled to raise one eyebrow, Baldwin was out there doing the eyebrow equivalent of the Olympic floor routine. But wait, there's more. Baldwin didn't just focus on the hair and the orange glow. No sir, He went full-on eyebrow gymnastics. Can you imagine the poor voice coach? No, Alec, more nasal, more whiny. Imagine you're a toddler who just got told he can't have ice cream for breakfast. Baldwin didn't just wing it with a generic New York rich guy accent. He went deep, folks. He studied Trump's speech patterns like he was cramming for a final exam. It was like he was trying to become a human Trump to English dictionary. Oh no. Baldwin spent months perfecting his Trump look. It was like watching a caterpillar turn into a butterfly if butterflies were orange and constantly complaining about fake news. But the real magic happened in the makeup chair. This wasn't just a quick powder and go.
Trump, he'll sit there and go, these people, they're great people, they're fantastic people, and I just want to say working with them was...
Now, you might think all this hard work would pay off, right? Well, not according to some critics. They had the nerve to say Baldwin sucks at impersonating Trump. Baldwin nailed Trump's habit of repeating himself with slight variations. You know, like when Trump says, these people, they're great people, they're fantastic people. Want to know Baldwin's secret weapon? It wasn't the hair or the makeup or even the voice. It was Trump's never-ending search for better words.
A fantastic experience.
He's a good President Roger.
We have the orange menace himself, Donald Trump, and in the other corner, with perfectly coiffed hair and a killer impression, it's Alec Baldwin. Ding, ding, ding. It's like he's a walking, talking thesaurus, but with a vocabulary limited to about 5 adjectives. Alright folks, it's time for the main event. In this corner, weighing in at, well, let's just say a lot, you'd think Trump would be thrilled to have a Hollywood star playing him on TV, right? Wrong. Our grumpy Trumpy has been throwing more tantrums than a toddler who's been told it's bedtime. It's like he's never heard of this thing called comedy before. But wait, it gets better. Trump decided to play hooky. That's right, the President of the United States couldn't handle a few jokes about his hair and tiny hands. It's like he forgot he was supposed to be running the country, not hiding from comedians. He's been rage tweeting about Baldwin's impression, calling it sad and unfunny. Poor Donnie Diapers can't handle a little joke at his expense. Now, Baldwin isn't taking this lying down. He's out there saying, I'm the only man who should play Trump.
There are people who, now that he's not going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, there are people who are lobbying to play Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Talk about confidence. It's like he's auditioning for the role of most punchable face in the Trump biopic. But let's be real, they're about as convincing as Trump's comb-over in a hurricane. You want to know the best part? Trump's been daydreaming about Baldwin's career going down the toilet because of this impression, but he's got some stiff competition. Other celebs like Jim Carrey and Larry David have tried their hand at Trump impression. It's like he thinks he's got some kind of voodoo doll of Baldwin that he can stick pins in while watching Fox News. Sorry, Donnie, but I think Baldwin's doing just fine. Ouch! That's gotta hurt more than a spray tan gone wrong. Now, here's where it gets weird. Some people are saying that Baldwin's impression might actually be helping Trump, but here's the kicker. Baldwin doesn't even hate Trump. He said, and I quote, "I don't hate Trump, but it's like when your mom says, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed." Yeah, you heard that right. It's keeping the orange turd in the public eye, like some kind of twisted symbiotic relationship. It's like Baldwin and Trump are the Bonnie and Clyde of political comedy. Some folks reckon it's just making Trump more famous, while others say it's a much needed reality check for the Cheeto in chief. Except instead of robbing banks, they're robbing us of our sanity. This whole thing has got people talking about political satire and how it affects what we think about politicians.
In my mouth, I was in the...
Alright folks, buckle up because we're about to take a wild ride into the orange-tinted world of Alec Baldwin's Trump impersonation. Either way, it's got us all glued to our screens like it's the world's weirdest soap opera.
Really? I mean, literally, the moment I walked out, I just said to myself, eyebrow up. I tried to stick my face out.
You thought playing the Cheeto in chief was all fun and games. Think again. So picture this. Baldwin's been feeling the heat, and not just from the extra layers of orange foundation. He's been working on this impression for months, trying to nail down every little Trumpism. Talk about method acting gone wild. But here's the kicker. This Trump gig isn't just a walk in the park. It's more like a stumble through a minefield of emotions. Now, you might be thinking, hey, isn't Baldwin living the dream? He gets to make fun of Trump on national TV. It's like cramming for the world's most annoying final exam, but instead of acing it, you just want to make people laugh. Well, hold on to your toupees, because it's not all it's cracked up to be. Our boy Alec is starting to feel like he's stuck in some weird political twilight zone. But here's the kicker. In a world where fake fake news is thrown around like confetti at a sad clown convention, sometimes it takes a fake Trump to reveal the real truth. He's asking himself, when does the impression stop and Baldwin begin? It's like he's worried he might wake up one day and find himself tweeting about Kofef at 3 a.m. Baldwin's exaggerated portrayal might just be the clearest picture we have of the absurdity in the White House. Who knew that a guy pretending to be orange could make things so crystal clear?